Hey everybody, how are you? It's Eric here, and I'm back on Friday, January 20th with an update. Yes indeed. Hold on, water time. So I just got done my hour of boot camp. It was really good. And I figured I would do an update video. While I was in that mode, I got some fresh fish cooking for dinner. Should be ready in about 20 minutes. It's actually not fresh, it's flash frozen. These days the fish prices are ridiculously expensive, so it's tough to eat fresh fish unless you actually go out. It's almost just as cheap to eat out these days. But anyways, so that kind of leads me to something that I want to talk about, but I guess first we'll get right to the good stuff, seeing that I missed an update last week. Really, I just updated my page with my latest stats so far for the year, and I am still stuck, people. I am stuck. My weight just doesn't want to move, except for up. I go up a couple pounds, down a couple pounds, but I'm still up 8 pounds from my lowest weight, which was back just before Christmas at 345. I'm currently sitting at 353. I've been 353 for a long time. I'm not going to go into it again. I've rambled on and on about it before. I'm not entirely sure why my stall seems to be lasting so long. You know, all the professionals, everybody's given me feedback and basically told me the same thing, that, you know, your gain and your not losing, especially the first few weeks of my fit training, which I'm a month in now, is basically related to my conversion, which is happening, building up muscle and losing fat. So let's hope that that's what it is. I do need to do my measurements again. I'm due to take those either this week or next week, so probably I'll do that next week if I don't get it done tomorrow, to see if I'm still losing inches, because the one good thing was the last time I took my measurements was that I did lose a couple more inches off my chest, my stomach, and my waist, so that was good, because the scale, you know, just is not cooperating right now at this time. So I am sitting at 353 on January 20th. It is week, oh boy, I didn't look it up to see what I'm at. I'm close to going on 30 weeks. June 22nd is when I had my surgery. Vertical sleeve gastrectomy is what I had, and still, so far, most of my weight has been pre-op, and unfortunately my average now for post-op weight loss, even when and that's basically what the surgeon's team was basing my results at, you know, they weren't too concerned about my stall when I asked them, and I told them, you know, well, it's been a long time, because when I went for my 6-month appointment, it had been like 3 months already that I was stalled out at that weight, and basically they told me the same thing. They said, well, your average is still, you know, about 3 pounds, 3 point something pounds a week, and that's right, you know, in line for sleeve patients. That's right where you need to be, and that's a good steady weight loss. So, but as time now is extending out and my weight still isn't coming down, that average obviously is going to drop. So I'm guessing that I'm probably down now this far out to maybe 1 point something, maybe 2 pounds a week. So yeah, you know, scale wise, don't want to try and scare anybody or whatever, but you know, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you what I'm going through, and this is what I'm going through. But you know, I've talked to several other sleevers. I'm in verticalsleevetalk.com and a sleeve group on Facebook, and you know, just in the weight loss groups themselves, other sleeve patients have told me the same thing, you know, and it's not just the sleevers that go through stalls. The band recipients as well as the bypass patients have the same thing. I just don't know if it's the same amount of time. Why mine is taking so long, I don't know. Is it still part of a metabolic condition, that my body is struggling with? I'm not sure. I'm trying to eat good. I used myfitnesspal.com to track all my exercise, which my exercise has been going great, aside from the week that I was sick a couple weeks ago, where I wasn't able to work out much. But, I'm back in the game again. Like I said, I just did my 3rd day of fit this week, plus I'm still doing my jazzercise in between. So what I try and do is I do my intense circuit training or fit training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday supplement with still doing cardio, classes, and that would be jazzercise. And then Saturday is my free day to do my own thing, walk, treadmill, elliptical, whatever I want. And then Sunday being my rest day, because it's important to get a rest day in there. So you want to give your muscles and your body a chance to, rejuvenate and recover from the damage it received during the week. So that's just as important, and make sure you're getting a good amount of sleep, make sure you're getting plenty of water, getting my vitamins in, trying to get as much of my protein in as I possibly can. I actually tried going back and supplementing lunch with a shake, even though my nutritionist wasn't too crazy about that. I'm just trying different things to see if I can get my weight to move. And so far, at least I can say, other than what's probably initially muscle gain, I haven't really been gaining, and the inches have come off, so I know I'm actually losing some fat. It's just that it can't be reflected. It's not to the point that it's reflected on the scale right now. So, but I feel great. So that's, really important, and nothing small, and short of a miracle for me, because I was so out of shape just a year ago and was winded going up and down the stairs. Today, I can get through an hour of, exercise, and we're talking circuit training type exercise. The last class was great. My arms are still a little bit sore from the last one. We did all kettlebell work. It was all new exercises for me. But it's been really, really super. So anyways, I will get off of that tangent, and I just wanted to give you a rundown real quick of the way that I've been eating, and because I track my food and everything on MyFitnessPal. So this morning, basically, I still have my coffee. Never going to give that up. I can just tell you that right now. But I've never been an all-day coffee drinker. I just enjoy it in the morning. Socially, if I'm out with friends or something and, we make a Dunkin's run or whatever, yeah, I'll grab a coffee then too. But I'm not one of those 24/7 like my mom. She pretty much, drinks it morning, noon, and night. I'm not one of those types of people. I drink it in the morning. I enjoy it. The caffeine, it really doesn't affect me that much anyway. So I just drink it because I like it. And I know it doesn't count as my liquid, so I still make sure that I drink plenty of water or sugar-free beverages during the day. I still have not tried. I know a lot of people have cheated. Not going to name any names, guys, but I know who you are. With alcohol, I'm about 7 months out, and I can't say as I haven't wanted to try it, but I've been good because I'm also a little bit nervous and scared, but I haven't tried alcohol yet. I don't know when. I do anticipate that eventually I will try it, though if my doctor is watching, I didn't say that, I promise. But let's be realistic, people. Everybody, especially socially, is going to go out for a drink probably once in a while unless you happen to be straight edge or just straight up, you don't drink, which is cool. And I'm not much of a drinker, but socially especially, go out, you're at a restaurant, whatever, it's great to just, I know I can't have beer because it's carbonated. I did enjoy, a good red beer. Killian's Irish Red was actually my favorite. But good margarita every once in a while or whatever. I've never been a hard liquor drinker really. But mixed drinks, can definitely, margaritas are my favorite for some reason. But anyway, so haven't tried the alcohol thing yet. But I will tell you basically what I eat. Like today, I'll give you a rundown. I had my coffee this morning, started off drinking my water right away and taking my vitamins, first round. And then I either have a cup of Greek yogurt or a protein bar. Lately it's been a protein bar, and I've tried a couple of different brands, but the Pure Protein, which is the no-name brand that you can get like at Target and stuff, is really good. Calorie to protein ratio is decent. And then I also, through Amazon, ordered the Think Thin bars, and those are really good. And those are really decent calorie to protein ratio. So I will start off definitely eating something for breakfast. And most of the time, like I said, Greek yogurt, protein bar. Occasionally I'll have an egg or something. Lunch today was a little bit of tuna fish with some multigrain scoops. Those scoops, and I probably had about maybe 7 or 8 tops. I think one serving of the tuna fish is good in protein. I believe it's like around 14 grams and about 300 calories. This brand that I got happened to be, I usually make my own, but I got a little container this time, cheated while I was at Target, and got their Market Pantry brand container with the celery and onions I already added to it. And it was okay. And I had, like I said, maybe about 7 or 8 scoops of those with some tuna. So I've got my protein in there. For dinner, I'm doing a couple of fillets of swahi, which is a white fillet. I've never tried it before, but I love seafood and I love fish, and especially a white fish. Flounder has always been an all-time favorite of mine as far as white fishes go. But, I grew up, I'm a cod haddock, clam, steamers, lobster kind of guy here in New England. But so yeah, I'm having a couple of fillets and probably some spinach with that. So that'll be my dinner tonight. So then I got my hour workout in, so it kind of offsets the calories that I do anyway. So according to MyFitnessPal, I still have allotted for the day, and I have it set for 1,200 calories max every single day is the range that I'm trying to stay in, and I've banked like 1,600 calories, so I could even have a little snack later. I will admit I still occasionally will have a snack, even though this was something that my surgeon also didn't like hearing. One, that I was snacking so early, but then they said that they weren't really concerned with it. Initially they were when I first told them. But they didn't really care for the choice though either, because I've been told that trail mixes are actually not good. Especially the kind that I like, because for me, I like to get my little treat in there. I stay away from junk food, except for birthdays. I will break down and finally have maybe, a little bit of cake and ice cream. But aside from that, I'm really, really good about not indulging in junk. So for me, my treat is that trail mix, and I get the Monster brand, the kind that have the chocolate chips and M&Ms, along with the peanuts and the almonds and the raisins. And it's a great mix, but it's really high in fat, and the calories for the amount that you get, and the protein trade-off is low. They don't recommend peanut butter and peanuts. The peanut butter, you should try and stick with an all-natural brand because the fat to protein ratio just isn't really that good. But, we all got to make our judgment calls. It's all a personal choice. So, do I eat peanut butter once in a while? I sure as heck do. I love my peanut butter, especially crunchy peanut butter. So, yeah, I indulge once in a while. It's not the end of the world. It's just like with carbs. Personally, I avoid as many carbs as I possibly can, especially when it comes to refined sugar type carbs, like anything white bread, pasta, and rice. But do I eat it once in a while? Do I get my fair share of carbs during the day? Hell yeah, of course I do. It's almost impossible to avoid them completely. But, it's a personal choice, again. And so my choice has been just to try and avoid those. So, but I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit what my, on average, what my meal plan is like. I know I mentioned early on that I would try and do, some cooking ones or something, and I haven't done that yet. So we'll work on that for this year for some kind of variation in my videos rather than just seeing my face here talking to you in the camera. Try and do some more geocaching. Unfortunately, I have not been out at all this winter. When the weather gets cold and it's icy and rainy and muddy and all that junk, it's just a lot tougher. The good ones that give you exercise are going to be ones that you can just get out there and go through the woods, down a trail, whatever. And it's a lot tougher because obviously they can't keep trails plowed and shoveled. There are other ones that you can do that are called park and grabs, but, it's not the same. It's a lot of driving and just going to the spot and basically they call them park and grabs because they're not far from your car. So there's not as much exercise involved there, but I will try and do some more geocaching videos too, because everybody seems to really enjoy those when I do them. But that's pretty much it for now. I mean, I'm doing really well. I feel really great. I guess I will just say one last thing. I am signed up for the East Coast meet and greet. So August, and I don't have the dates in front of me, but it's something like 17th, 18th, 19th, or whatever that weekend is. And go check out Philly Tomcat. He's heading up everything, but I'm signed up. Last I knew, he was up to about 15 tickets already sold. So, if you want to ensure that you get your spot and, a ticket for a guest or whatever, get your tickets ordered right away. I'm not taking any chances this year. I would really like to go and meet some of you finally in person, just because I just think that this group has just been so awesome and so supportive, and you guys are just all great people, and it would just be really cool to, spend a little time together, So looking forward to that. Gonna definitely try and get down there for sure. It's drivable for me, so I'm probably just gonna drive, and I'll save me some money, and then just grab a hotel and stay overnight. But yeah, go see Philly Tomcat. He has all the information, or if you're on Facebook, he's on there. He has a page, he has a blog. I'll put his link in the down bar. He's on my page, though, if you look in my video subscription pages or other video section, he's somewhere there towards the top. So he was actually one of the very first people I ever followed on YouTube when I was first looking for weight loss information. So he's been a big inspiration to me from the start. And he's doing remarkably well. So he's come a long way. So I will let you guys go. Talked your ears off enough again for this week. And everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Okay? Bye. Thanks for watching.